So I was like, where would a gay be in London? So I went up to Grindr memes on Instagram.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Single Sounds. I am Katie Mack, the host and creator of this new dating method to try to put personality first instead of looks. If you are thinking of coming on the show or have a friend that would be perfect for it, please let me know via the Instagram @SingleSounds. Currently, there are a few spots left for October bookings, so make sure you get in there if you want to feature before winter really kicks in. And I'm sure I don't need to remind you that cuffing season is amongst us. This week's character loves dark hair and finds someone who speaks another language very attractive. He has some really fun dating experience to share with you all, and we had a great moan about estate agents. He really knows his brunch spots, but just make sure you don't have any star tattoos. Hey, welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
Nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Very welcome. So let's dive into your profile, who, what, where. Okay. So who are you sexually attracted to?
Men. Penis. Love the penis.
Love the penis.
Yeah.
Awesome. And what are you looking for?
So in terms of age, I'm really flexible. I mean, I think if we had to put an age limit, I'd say maybe 2-3 years younger, so 25, 26.
Okay.
Upper limit, probably a bit more flexible than that, so kind of 30. I have dated someone 34, 35. I'd say my typical type is dark hair, but I think the last guy I dated was blonde, so again, completely defeats the point of like having a type.
Yeah.
And I'd also say typically isn't from England or the UK. I'd say I'd go for like maybe like Spanish, Italian.
Nice.
But yeah, like I say, every guy I've dated has been English and blonde, so or dark hair. Like it's really not along the lines of my type. So
yeah. But if you were going to write your type on paper, like a Love Island,
yeah, I'd
that
say
would be
slightly older. Height, really not that fast. I know some people are like, has to be taller or shorter, but like height for me really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say maybe dark hair and speaks another language. That would be my typical type.
Love it. I feel like I have someone in mind already.
Oh, really? Great, send them my way.
Great, yeah.
Done, podcast over.
And how about where?
So London, preferably. Again, not too fast. I live in southwest London, so I mean, my Hinge profile is set to 6 kilometres.
Oh, quite far.
I know. The last guy I was speaking to had 30 miles as his...
30?
Yeah, 30.
Oh, no, I think that's too far.
Too far. So ideally within travelling distance, so kind of an hour round radius. But yeah, southwest London or just London in general, really.
That radius is interesting. When I was on the apps, I was so lazy. It was always just 1 mile.
1 mile?
Yeah.
Just couldn't be bothered to travel.
But I was thinking maybe is that because there was like an abundance of like straight men, because I've heard that like especially for heterosexual people, I think it's like 40% women, 60% men. It's like really, really high.
Loads.
I wouldn't like run out of swipes or whatever.
We say that, southwest London, Clapham, the Clapham gays,
yeah,
they're all there.
They're all
I
there.
feel like I've got plenty within my 6 kilometre radius. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Not running out.
No, the well is not dry yet.
Okay, and what are your 2 truths and a lie?
Okay, so my first one is that I've done a shot with Miley Cyrus. The second one is I got caught watching gay porn at school. And the third one is I've been on a first date to Barcelona.
A first date?
First date.
That's insane.
So which one is it?
Miley Cyrus shot. I feel like she's a shot kind of gal, so it's not... the celebrity ones I'm always like, oh, because they're normally the lie. Gay porn in school, I just think that's true. That didn't, like... it didn't...
Definitely happened.
Didn't... Yeah. I was pretty confident that one was true. The last one, first date to Barcelona, like, I'm more interested because it says a lot about you, like that you'd go. So you're just like really spontaneous, not afraid.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd go.
I'm not giving away anything until you make a final decision.
Yeah, it's fair. I'm going to go Miley Cyrus as a lie.
That one is true.
It's true.
It is true. The first date to Barcelona is the lie. I have been on a first date to another country. It was to Paris, the city of love. It was with a guy from Guatemala, funnily enough. We met online on Tumblr. Did you ever have Tumblr?
Yeah. This was ages ago.
Way back when. Yeah, I think so. We met when I was 15, he was 14 online. Wow. And it was never like sexual, obviously.
Just
under the age of consent, just friends. Obviously, him living in Guatemala. I lived in Cornwall at the time. That's where I kind of grew up.
Yeah.
And then we kind of moved away, grew up a bit, to uni. He did his own thing, I did my thing. And then we just so happened that he did a year abroad in Paris. And I was just finishing uni. So I was like, well, if ever there's going to be a chance for us to meet and like go on a date, it's going to be now. I've got no work commitments. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Like a bit of a fuck it moment.
That's so fun.
And it happened. And unfortunately, it didn't end very well.
Oh, so I was like waiting.
No, nothing actually happened, and we stopped communication after that. So we've been friends for all those years, and just it ended.
Oh, that's really sad.
I mean, I do know that he's now engaged, so I mean, he found love. That's great. He's back in Guatemala, but I am still on the search.
Maybe Guatemala's the place to go.
Yeah.
To get engaged.
Maybe.
Oh dear. Yeah, I guess you had that relationship before, so it wasn't like you were not thinking of your safety and just like going off with a stranger.
Yeah.
Like you kind of trusted him.
Well, it was a weird one because we went and we agreed to just be friends. And then, and in my head, before we went, but it was always a bit like, we kind of know that we really like each other. So I think we both thought like, it's probably not going to end up just being friends. And then on the first night, things happened. But we never once kissed. We stayed together for 4 days in Paris and we never once kissed. Everything else we did, but never kissed. And I got really upset.
Oh, I guess, yeah, because that's the connection, like the romance. Well, yeah, like the affectionate part, isn't it?
Yeah, some people like kissing is like more than sex.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
I mean, not for me.
No.
I'd say sex is like the ultimate like commitment of...
Me too.
Yeah.
That's my highest level of affection.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like kissing, I kiss my friends.
Yeah, same. But some people really see it the other way around.
Yeah, they're really weird. So how did you get a shot with Miley Cyrus?
Okay, so that happened in Amsterdam. It was my first year of uni. Yeah, me and my friends, a couple of friends from uni went to Amsterdam just for a little mini break. After a night out, we were in a McDonald's queue, as you do, and got talking to this guy in front of us because it was super long, and we were like, why not just chat to someone random?
Yeah.
And he turned out to be One Direction's accommodation manager. And I just have to preface this, that the EMA Awards were happening in Amsterdam at the time. It wasn't just like a weird coincidence.
Okay.
But we didn't know that. We didn't book it because of that.
Yeah.
And we just didn't believe him. You're like a bit drunk in a McDonald's queue. You're like, accommodation manager for One Direction, like... And this is like the height
Is that even a real thing?
Is that a thing? But he like protested and he was like, no, I'm definitely like, we said like, you've got to show us, like you've got to prove it somehow.
Yeah.
So he was like, right, let's get on McDonald's and I'll walk you back to a bar where people are partying after the EMAs. It's like, right, what have we got to lose?
Yeah.
Like, it's either going to be a lie and we go home and it's a bit weird,
funny
or
story,
we get to meet Miley Cyrus and One Direction. So we go in, we didn't get to meet them. They were there. So like the story is a little bit convoluted, but essentially Miley Cyrus's team bought everybody in the bar shots. She kind of was like, hey, and then we did the shot.
I mean, that counts.
And that counts.
That
right?
counts.
Yeah, that's my claim to fame in my heart. I just don't have to go in as much detail with everybody else.
Yeah.
I'll just say I did it. She looked us in the eye.
Yeah, she was there
bought it for
also
us.
doing the shot
We
and
did
bought it. Yeah, that
and
counts.
Then we were quickly ushered out afterwards. So.
Oh, never mind.
But
don't need to add
still
that
did a
bit
shot
in.
with Miley Cyrus. I mean, One Direction, I feel like Harry Styles is pretty big now.
Yeah, that
Maybe
would have been huge.
Maybe I'll have to change it out and just say I did a shot with Harry Styles. I think that's more relevant now.
More relevant, yeah. Definitely. Oh yeah, and being caught watching porn at school.
I mean, it was very embarrassing because my mum worked at the school at the same time.
Oh,
and I don't think she ever found out, but it happened quite early on. And I think the IT technician, like, he froze the screen. It was so mortifying because it wasn't even good porn. Like, you know, you had to like hack around like the blockers that they put on the computers. I just found some like weird porn, like being a horny teenager. And yeah, he froze the screen.
Were you like in the IT room?
In the IT
on the like
after
public
school.
Oh right.
And I somehow found a way around it, and he froze the screen. I didn't know what to do because I couldn't get off of it.
Oh, yeah, you would have panicked so much, like XXX.
Exactly. And the guy came in, he was like, I think you know what you've been doing. Like, to be fair, like, someone very underage, he took it very well. And he just said, you need to go home. And I was like, yeah. I actually just went to my mum's office and sat there and did my homework. I don't think she ever found out. And I just avoided that IT technician for the next, like, 7 years at school.
Maybe he just did a solid, just didn't tell anyone, was like, oh,
Probably.
happens to the best of us.
Happens all the time on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Just another one. Yeah.
So let me know, what are you weirdly attracted to?
Okay, so there's a couple of things, but I'd say the first one would be hands. Is that weird? I feel like...
I've had actually 2 other people say hands,
really?
but like very different style of hands. So what's your style of hand?
well, I don't want to say veiny hands because that sounds like I'm into old people. But you know, like when the vein is kind of popping, like up the arm as well. Like,
oh yeah,
you know, like
just
good,
like muscly.
Yeah. And I think also like the way that they keep their nails. Like I once went on a date with a guy, and like there was nothing wrong with him, but I did notice he had quite long, dirty nails.
Yeah,
and like
no.
to me, if you're not putting in like a bit of care into what your hands look like, what does that say about you?
Yeah. I guess you look at them as well, right? Often.
Yeah.
So it's something you can see and you
Yeah.
can judge like, oh, they look a bit grubby.
Exactly.
Probably should go get a nail scrub or...
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like put a bit of effort in.
It's coded as something different, isn't it? It's like, are you an unhygienic person?
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because I am big on the hygiene.
And then if you go back to their room and it's like a tip, you're like, I knew because the nails were disgusting.
Yeah. And then I could only blame myself really because the hands were the red flag.
Yeah, exactly.
But I also would say backwards caps. Guys that look
backwards.
good in backwards caps, it's very specific. Because I'm not a hat person, but I just
No.
think that anyone that looks good in a backwards cap is just like...
They've got something else.
They've got something special about them.
That je ne sais quoi.
Yeah. So hands and backwards cap.
With the backwards cap, they kind of need hair at the front though.
Yeah.
I feel like it needs to be like poking through.
It wouldn't look so good on a bald man.
No, that's what
No.
I'm picturing, like who would look good in a backwards cap. And I do think it's when the hair like is thick and it like buffs out a bit.
A little bit, but not too much.
Not too much, no.
Overspill, but
Just like a little puff.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Little
like
puff. Alright.
Little puff.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, and let me know your worst dating story.
Okay, so prefacing this story with the fact that the person included in the story is now my best friend and my housemate of 4 years.
Okay.
And I have asked for his permission to tell this story because I do tell it sometimes when I'm a bit drunk and go into too much detail and he gets really annoyed at me. So I'll skim over some of the parts. But
Okay.
the overall story is I was coming back from a Sam Smith concert. Very gay start, I know. And I'd been messaging a guy over Tinder for quite a while who was Brazilian. And
Your type.
my type, yeah, exactly. And it just wasn't really going anywhere, and he kept saying like, let's meet up, and he hadn't put enough effort, and I wasn't really that bothered, but he was very attractive. And for whatever reason, I think it was a Friday, just decided to say like, yeah, let's meet up. And he was like, okay, let's go to Heaven. Wasn't really typical date place, like going to a nightclub. So I agreed. We met up, and I think instantly we just knew that it wasn't going to be it.
Yeah. There just wasn't that connection.
Yeah, we're walking towards each other, and like he was attractive, but like I don't know, he just seemed very cocky and like just disinterested almost immediately.
Okay.
But I like persevere, like go in, and he immediately bumps into two people, one of which is my now housemate and my housemate's then friend at the time. Start chatting, and I'm kind of awkwardly third wheeling or fourth wheeling at this time, like just not really speaking. And my now housemate is there, also quite quiet. He's quite shy. He comes from Germany. I think he'd just moved, didn't really know anyone. So me and him got chatting, and he was like, oh, why are you here? It's like, oh, I'm kind of on a date with this guy, but like it's not really going anywhere. And so he definitely knew we were on a date. I think that's important.
Context.
Yeah. I turn around halfway through the night to get drinks for everyone, and I come back, and the guy that I'm on a date with is getting with this guy like right in front of me.
Oh, God.
And my heart sinks. I don't know why though, because I was like, in my head, I was like, I don't really want to be here, but like, it's just not nice.
Yeah, it's still a form of rejection. Like,
Yeah.
it's not nice.
It's not nice. And I guess this guy, I didn't know him that well at the time. Like, literally just met him like a couple of hours ago. So I wasn't annoyed at him, but I was just like annoyed at the whole situation. So I just gave them their drinks and went home. And
Bye.
so I'd say that in itself, like, probably was the worst date that I've had. Like,
Yeah.
it just like wasn't what I expected, and just the humiliation I felt was just not nice. But I think the silver lining out of it all was I met this guy that's now my housemate. All I had to go off with his first name, and I thought, where would a gay in London be? Because I didn't have his number, I had nothing to go by but
Just
the
his first name.
And I didn't want to message this guy back to be like, oh, you're the friend that you
The
met.
friend,
Can you
who
let me
was
know
that?
him? So I was like, where would a gay be in London? So I went up to Grindr memes on Instagram.
Oh my God.
Did you follow the account?
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
did you just scroll through the following?
Typed in his first name, and it was like one of like 3 people with that name. I feel like they've changed the algorithm, so it's a bit harder now. But he was there.
That's
and
so fun.
We started meeting up as friends every weekend, and now 4 years later, we've lived together 3 different flats. My best mate.
Amazing.
I know. So it
Yeah.
all ended well.
So it's like worst date, but best circumstance.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, like that is a good, innovative way to stalk someone. It's actually quite embarrassing, but he's never going to listen, so whatever. We're going to tell it. I met this guy in the wild, as in like at the gym, and it was a very similar situation. I only had his first name. We got chatting and I felt like I knew a lot about him, but like no uni, like no job, like nothing you could search on LinkedIn or Facebook.
Sure.
I got home, actually it's less embarrassing for me, it's more embarrassing for my housemate at the time. So I said like, oh, so annoying, like I'm never going to get this guy's details. I don't even know if I'll ever see him again, because he's like, I probably won't come back to this gym. And I was like, lost. And then she was like, no, like we can do this. Like, what did you talk about? And I was like, oh, he did tell me he ran the London Marathon last year. And she was like, well, let's type his name into that. And then I was like, another detail, I know he didn't finish because he told me that he got injured. So you can like literally filter to do not finish, and there was literally only 2 people with his name.
Most people probably finish, right?
And that was it. And it was his full name, so like then you could just put it on Facebook or whatever and found him.
I got a bit creeped out how you found him. Did you tell him in the end? Because I definitely would.
So this is even better. So then I was like, I found it, and we would like screaming, we were so happy. And then I was like, wait, I can't add him now, because how, like you said, what the hell am I going to say? But then so an email went round from the gym and I could find his name in the like copy list.
They hadn't even hidden the recipients.
No, they didn't at that time. So like it was literally a list of like hundreds of people. It had his first name in the email, and I like literally wrote a joke email being like, this is a lucky dip. If you were the guy I spoke to, like, would you like to get a drink? And here's my WhatsApp, and he actually WhatsApped me and we went for a drink.
That's so good.
It didn't end well.
Oh, did it not?
But it was a fun way to get there.
Yeah, and slightly less creepy than the marathon thing, but still quite creepy.
Yeah, yeah.
How many people are on that mailing list?
I don't think it wasn't like too many.
Okay.
It was like basically it was a class that we went to.
Oh,
so
fine.
It was like, but it was everyone that's ever been to that class. So I think it was like 100 or so. But there was only one email with his name.
Okay, so it was. Yeah, that's such a good story.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, but it didn't.
Never mind.
You tried.
We tried. Speaking of places in London, you know the best spot in London for what? Brunch. Oh, come on.
I know.
I have a lot of brunch spots.
Okay, so you might know it.
Yeah.
It is Juliet's Quality Foods.
I do not.
Do you not?
Where is this?
It's the sister kind of restaurant or place of Milk in Balham.
Oh, I've been there.
You know Milk in Balham?
Yeah.
You don't know Juliet's, and you need to get to know.
Is it like the same?
It's similar kind of vibes. I think they're both Australian.
Oh, okay.
Might be wrong.
Australian.
I'd say it's slightly more pricey because I think quality is in the name, and like it is high quality food.
Juliet's.
It's not like Michelin
expensive.
star. Yeah, Juliet's Quality Foods. But it's near Tooting Broadway.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and it's a bit of a weird location, and you can't make a reservation or anything, so it's like a bit of luck of the draw. But they do the best iced lattes, like the best. I've been on the mission to find the best, and like it's just so smooth, silky, creamy. It's beautiful. And I have only been there 3-4 times, so it's not like something I go to every like weekend. But
you probably wouldn't have any money.
No, if I have friends that come round or like aren't necessarily in London all the time, like I take them there.
Yeah.
And, like they're at the door when it opens, get in there first.
Yeah, nice.
And
have you queued for a long time? Is it one of those?
No, I've actually got in and like haven't had to wait, but I have seen queues before. So I would say if you're going to go, which you definitely should,
go early.
And don't sit by the door because there's a massive speaker above it. That's what I did the first time, and you end up just shouting at one another. So sit further away nearer the kitchen. But yeah, Juliet's Quality Food, shout out to them.
Yeah, good shout out. Maybe a more negative note after lovely Juliet's.
Let's bring it down.
Bring it down to what is your moan of the moment?
Estate agents.
Oh, no, we haven't had that one.
No. Okay.
I mean, it's a good moan. But I feel like you've had a recent experience.
Oh, I really, really have. So I'm going to try. I know this is the segment for the moan.
Yeah.
But I've had a lot of water leaks over the last couple of weeks with like the torrential rain. And it's gone all into my housemate's bedroom, through the ceiling, down into the communal hallway, like just utter chaos. And we've been reporting it since May. Yeah.
And they've not done anything.
Not done a single thing. They've sent like one contractor around who, honestly, he came around to assess the structural integrity of the room, and he poked his finger through the ceiling to be like, yeah, that's wet. And it cost them 90 quid for him to do that.
For the call out,
For the call out. And I was like, he was like,
I could have told you that.
Water is wet, I know. Like, what have you done here? But yeah, just actually getting through to anybody at the estate agents is awful. I've only really been with independent landlords before in London, and some are great, some are bad. The reason we moved to an estate agent this time was we had a really bad experience in our last flat.
With a private landlord.
So like we cut our contract short and just moved out. And I mean, it's just been hellish.
Yeah.
So my mood at the moment, just estate agents in general, really bad. Don't do it, guys. Independent landlords all the way. We've really taken it down a tone.
Yeah, we have. That's why I was like,
quickly bring it back up.
Bring it back up to dating. Okay. Your non-negotiables.
My non-negotiables. Okay, I don't have that many because I'm not that fussy, but I would say smoking would be a no-go. I grew up with parents that were like chain smokers. I don't smoke. I'd say vaping. Yeah, we can do a vape.
Yeah.
I think actually it's sometimes quite nice, you know, when you get the flavour.
I agree. And it doesn't linger.
No.
It just like clears really quickly.
Yeah, I quite like playing vape roulette where you walk through like a puff of someone else's smoke and like, oh, what flavour is it going to be?
Is it watermelon?
Yeah, so vaping is fine. Smoking is a no-go. A non-negotiable would be make time for each other as well. I think when you're in a relationship, like you have to make time for each other. I think you do that all the time at the very beginning. But if you're thinking you're going to get into a relationship with me and we're just going to go our separate ways and like not continue that, like what's the point? Like you got to have someone that's also invested in keeping that alive. And then I guess the last one, very out the blue, but no star tattoos. Stars, yeah.
Specifically just
yeah,
stars.
I think it might be a gay thing.
No triangles?
No, triangles fine. Shapes of any sort.
Any other shape.
Any other shape. A hexagon, shove it on you. But a star, no. I've just had bad experiences with guys and star tattoos. Like the last guy I dated seriously, he did have a star tattoo, but I didn't find out until like the 4th, 5th date. And I saw it. I was like, a bit of an ick.
Yeah, it's the biggest. Yeah, maybe that's your like ick.
I think it might be my ick. But you can't ask someone straight up, can you, on the first date? Sorry, do you have a star tattoo?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah, they'd really be like, what's wrong with you?
Sorry, it's a no.
I guess you could just like quickly be like, do you have any tattoos? Oh, what are they?
Oh, a star. Oh, yeah. Nice knowing you. Just can't. I mean, a star tattoo could be flexible. It doesn't say much. I mean, it does say much about. It does say a lot about you, doesn't it? The fact that you're going to get a star on you, is that bad?
I don't know. I was thinking like, why would you get a star? Like, is that I'm the star?
I think it's just like you're looking for your first tattoo. You're flicking through that booklet. It's like the first thing.
One,
you're like, oh, that looks cool. I'll get it. Like behind the ear, on your arm. Hard no.
Yeah.
Probably offending hundreds of people right now.
If anyone has a star tattoo, let us know why.
Yeah, please. We want to know.
Educate us. Bestie rec time. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. I don't know who it's going to be. I've been trying to guess all week.
Have you?
I have. I've been asking people and they've been double bluffing me, I think.
You've been asking people?
I have.
That's so funny.
Whether you love a wild, spontaneous night out or a sit back with a glass of wine whilst our friend whips you up a delicious meal, this is the man for you.
Beware though, because once you're on the dance floor, he'll be sure to upstage you with his great moves, and he's definitely not one to shy away from a slut drop.
He's a creature of habit when it comes to his wardrobe, and is never too far away from a pair of black skinny jeans and a North Face puffer. But you also won't notice his outfit, because his 14-step,
that's morning and night,
skin routine will ensure he's always looking gorgeous and glowing.
He's also not just a looker, but our friend is genuinely the first to come running if you ever need a helping hand. And never have we ever met anyone with a heart of pure gold.
If you're looking for the all-around package,
emphasis on package,
then slide on in to those Single Sounds DMs, because this is the guy for you.
I had a hunch it was going to be them, but they were the best at double bluffing. Honestly,
really?
They didn't tell me at all. But that is so sweet of them.
Yeah, they got in loads of stuff.
They really did.
The 14-step skin routine.
Yeah, I won't bore you with it. But there's a lot of toning, moisturising, double cleansing, serums, tone. Yeah, the whole shebang.
Are you just like really into
I'm really
skin,
into it.
Yeah,
some people go to the gym to relax. Like my time is showering. I spend quite a lot of time in the shower, and then just like winding down the evening by doing my skincare routine. I just find it so relaxing.
It's like you time.
Me time.
Yeah. Dragged you about your wardrobe.
I know. I mean, I also can't even deny that because I am in black skinny jeans.
I know.
I mean, I'd like to play it off as like, you know, those high end, like not high end, but you know, like high-flying businessmen that like don't have time. Like Steve Jobs always wore the same uniform.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Very low maintenance in the morning. Like, I mean, all of my time is going into skincare. I don't have time to think about my wardrobe. But I just find like black skinny jeans go with everything.
Yeah.
I have multiple pairs. It's not the same pair. I've got like 5-6 pairs on rotation. Just wear them, switch up the jumper and the t-shirt. You're good to go.
Yeah.
I'm very low maintenance in the wardrobe department. Yeah,
It's good you don't have like loads of stuff.
exactly. So if you're looking for someone to steal clothes of, unless you're my size and you like black skinny jeans, it's going to be a no.
I know from me.
It's going to be a no from
But
me.
maybe someone could like spice up your wardrobe and you could borrow theirs.
Maybe. Yeah, my housemate has really good fashion sense. I just can't pull it off. So if you've got good fashion sense, that could also be
Yeah.
the in.
We're final section, this or that.
Let's go.
Yeah. Are you decisive?
I am, yes. Very,
Very.
very.
That's good.
Watch.
Yeah, I will. We'll see. Would you rather get rich in a way that disappoints your family or just only make enough money to live?
Get rich in a disappointing way that like makes my family sad. I don't care. I've probably done that already, so like I might as well get rich doing it.
No, I would pick that too. I feel like after a while they'd come round.
Yeah, I'll pay them back.
Yeah. Like if I feel like anyone that's like rational enough, if they could be like, oh, they're making like a ton of money off this,
Yeah.
like clearly they're smart enough to like see the gap in the market, even if that's something horrific.
Exactly. And you said disappoint, not illegal.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
like,
it's
if it was illegal, maybe not.
No, my first thing went to like if you were on OnlyFans or something like that.
Oh, see, yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone's buying my OnlyFans, but if they were, I'll be on it. One day, maybe.
I've always fancied just the feet pics.
The feet pics.
Like, my feet aren't that nice,
No,
sadly.
mine-
I
yeah.
did have a go. Like, not a goat. Not a
You've got
goat. As in, like, I didn't submit anything. But I, like, Googled, like, what do you have to do to be, like, a foot model?
Sell my bathwater.
Yeah, and my feet just didn't look like that. My toes weren't, like, nicely aligned, and I have one webbed toe, and I was like, no.
That could be a niche, though.
Yeah, no, I just...
I think if all goes...
Maybe
this podcast goes to shit. Get on OnlyFans. for the
webbed
feet.
toe, feet
Honestly,
pics.
there will be people that will pay thousands, I'm sure. It's their niche. You
For
might have
that
2
one webbed
clients
toe.
on the regular.
Yeah, 2 clients, but if they pay me $1,000, like, oh well.
Exactly.
Okay, would you rather not be able to buy coffee or get takeaway for a month?
Oh, I see. This impacts my work somewhat.
Yeah.
I would say not buy coffee because I can always make coffee, right?
True, it does say buy.
I don't buy that much coffee. I always make my coffee, so
Yeah.
I'd rather get takeaway and make my own coffee.
Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death? It's a hard one.
I think cause,
Yeah.
because that way, if you know the date, you're just going to be living in fear of that date. Whereas if you know the cause, you can kind of go about your life carefree. Oh,
Yeah. Would you rather be half your height or double your weight?
double my weight, because then I can always work out a lot
Yeah.
and then quickly get that off. You can't really force yourself to grow,
Yeah.
can you?
Well, you can have like horrific surgery, I think, but yeah, the weight is probably easier.
I'll take the weight. 'cause,
Yeah.
I don't weigh that much anyway, so it probably won't make too much of a difference.
Double's quite a lot.
Double, yeah, okay.
Would you rather live in a barnyard of animals in your house or live in the barn with the animals?
I think in the house. I think
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
The animals are in your house, yeah. That's definitely better. You could shut them out of like one.
Exactly. Let's
room.
just hope it's not like, I don't know, pigs.
Pigs, yeah.
Although they're meant to be the cleanest animals, but
They
still, I don't want
apparently-
a pig in my house, you know.
Yeah.
The mud.
No, but some goats would be quite cute.
Goats, pygmy goats. Oh my goodness, they're so cute.
Cute.
And I'd love a sheepdog. That'd be cute.
Final one. Would you rather have no one come to your wedding or your funeral?
Easy, funeral, won't be there for it.
Yeah, that was quick.
Yeah.
It depends. Yeah, if you don't,
I don't care.
if you don't believe in
I
reincarnation,
don't know. When you're dead, you're dead. You go to the ground.
Or you
and
just think
get
there's
burned.
nothing,
No,
just
nothing.
blackness.
Absolutely nothing. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm not religious at all.
I can't really get behind that. It's not necessarily like religion for me. Like I don't know who's right and who's wrong. I just hate the thought that there's nothing. Like you're just
But
like,
logically, it just doesn't
empty
make
space.
sense.
That concludes the podcast.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
It's been so fun.
Do you have any final words?
If you're interested, plug for myself, please get in touch.
It's good.
Desperately looking for date. Not desperate. Let's remove that word. Just would love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Desperately.
Desperate. So if this guy's for you, slide into those DMs on Instagram at Single Sounds. The link, as always, is in the show notes. That's all from me. Remember to give the podcast some love on social media and ratings. It really means the world. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Tuesday.